I should not have looked outside my tent, my true experience. This happened 2 summers ago. That was the year I finally convinced myself to take a solo camping trip. No friends, no one tagging along, just me, my journal, and a week of peace. I picked a remote site in northern Idaho, not a marked campsite, just a hidden spot someone mentioned in an old hiking forum. I left my car about a mile down the dirt road and hiked the rest with my backpack. The first night was perfect. Quiet creek, light, wind, pine smell everywhere. I remember writing in my journal, finally breathing again. Second night, everything changed. Around 2 a.m., I woke up suddenly. No noise, no dream, just walk. Like someone had shaken me. I lay there listening. Then I heard footsteps. Not animal footsteps, those I can recognize. This was slow, heavy, deliberate right outside my tent. At first, I thought it was a bear, but I did not hear sniffing or brushing, just walking. Then it stopped, right beside my door. My heart was hammering. I reached for my flashlight but froze. Something scraped along the tent fabric, like a finger tracing the zipper. I whispered, "Who is there?" Even though I did not want an answer. Silence. Then footsteps again, walking around my tent in a full circle. Slow, slow, slow. I finally grabbed my flashlight, unzipped the tent just an inch and shined it outside. Nothing. Just pine needles and dark trees. But I swear I felt something. The hair on my arms was raised, like someone was inches away. I did not sleep the rest of the night. Morning should have made me feel better, but it did not. Because when I stepped outside, there were tracks. Not boot prints, not paw marks, a single straight line dragged through the dirt, like something had been pulled, and it started and ended right next to my tent door. I should have backed and left right then, but stupidly I stayed. The next night I set up small rocks around my tent, so if something walked, I would hear them skitter. I also tied my gear bag to my wrist so no animal could mess with it. I fell asleep uneasy. At around 3:20 a.m., I jerked awake, not to sound, but to complete stillness. That was the scary part. No wind, no creak sound, no insects. Like someone muted the world. Then the rocks moved. Click, shift, roll. I held my breath. The zipper on my tent lifted just an inch. Someone was opening it, as if checking whether I was awake. I snapped my flashlight on, but the zipper dropped flat instantly. I forced myself outside, light shaking in my hand. No footprints, no sign of anything, except my gear bag was no longer tied to my wrist. It was outside the tent, sitting neatly next to the fire pit, zipped shut. I had not left the tent. In fact, the knot on the rope was still on my wrist. I grabbed the bag, threw everything into my bag, and hiked back to my car long before sunrise. When I reached the clearing, I noticed something chilling. Someone had carved on my dusty tailgate, "You were not alone." I don't know if it was a warning, a threat, or someone's sick joke, but the handwriting looked shaky, like carved with a fingertip instead of a tool. I cleaned it quickly and drove away without looking back. I don't camp alone anymore. Sometimes late at night, I wake up the same way I did in that tent. Suddenly, like someone shoot me, and I listen. Because deep down, I am scared one day I would hear that zipper again.